Good morning, guys. So it is Monday morning, and I am getting ready for the day. It is Martin Luther King Day. It's January the 16th. So I hope you all are doing something in celebration of him, whether it's just reflecting, what have you. Just remember where we come from. We come far. But anyway, that's what day it is. So I am getting ready. We laid around this morning basically on purpose. We went to bed late last night. I had just been beginning to love football. My husband is a football player from years back, and I'm okay with football. I'm not a sports person. I never was. So since this happened with DeMar Hamlin, he's about the same age. Well, he's the same age as Jalen. I think everybody adopted him as like America's kid there for a while. And so, I just took an interest in him, looking up stuff on him. He is such a nice little fella. Such a nice little fella. I am so proud because you see so much stuff about our black young boys doing things that are bad or whatever. There's so many that come from a good family and they don't get, we get slammed so much in the media. But when good things, I guess the camera's not on the good ones, just picks up the bad things. Some good is picked up, but I just love the coverage that he got for doing good. And not just that, he gave the glory to God. And God showed out in this situation. I was just too hyped, just too excited, too happy, too proud about the situation. But anyway, so now I'm in love with the Buffalo Bills. So I was watching that game. My family was cracking up at me because I don't never give a two heels beans sometimes about football. I love my team now. I love the Bengals. So when they win and, I'm cheering for them and everything, but I don't always sit down and watch the games. My husband does. But, I watched the Buffalo Bills game yesterday, and then they beat the, y'all talking about Tracie? What are you talking about football for? But who did they beat? They beat the Dolphins, I think it was, Miami Dolphins. So the Bengals played, I can't remember who they played, but I watched the game. I was on the phone with someone during the time, but I still watched the game. I was hooping and hollering. I can't remember I'll put it right down here. Who they played, but the Bengals won. So Buffalo and the Bengals play again next week, and y'all know the Buffalo Bills were playing the Bengals when DeMar got hurt, but they were playing here in Cincinnati. So next week they're playing in Buffalo. That is gonna be a game. My husband, I was down there asking him questions yesterday, and had never asked so many football questions before. And I was like, well, what's a wide receiver? And who covers him? And he said, nobody covers them. And I was like, well, he said they have a tight end and this. I was just asking about positions and what they do and all that stuff. He was like, girl, you don't stop. But anyway, I had a good time yesterday, and I am looking forward. I do like playoff time now. I don't always watch every bit of it, but I am looking forward to it this time. So I am a new football fan, y'all. I always loved the Bengals. I always rah-rah for my team, but it started like football. I'm kind of new at this, so I'm enjoying it. Anyway, I am using this edge booster. Let me see if I can show y'all. Hopefully y'all can see that. I use the lemon candy scent. And I've also used the peach scent too. I like that a lot. But I'm using this for my edges. I love this because my edges are curly and they don't lay down good at all. So I was having a time with my edges. This by itself, I've used a two-step process before to lay down my edges and it did good. But if I can just do one thing, that's better for me. So I'm using this edge booster, lays them down on the first try and keeps it, because my hair is fine. It's on the thin side and it's like a fine texture, and it's just curly. Like I got a little bit now. I got our hair, but it's I can't specialize. It's just curly. It's not a kinky curl. It's a curl. It's a fine curly type of thing that don't behave. So that's why I don't wear my hair out a lot either. And two, I have a little bit of alopecia. So right up here in the top, it gets thin sometimes, and it'll thicken up, then it'll thin out, thicken back up. So I don't always wear my hair, and it's just not full like I loved it when I was in my early 20s and stuff like that. And the more kids came and stresses and stuff happened, it was not doing right. I said I was going to go back on. I'm natural. I don't have relax or anything. I'm natural, but I did want to kind of go back on a natural journey to where I'm just really putting a lot into my hair to see if it does anything. But I'm not to that process right now because naturals take time, and I don't have a lot of time right now. But yeah, that's the state of me and my hair. So I'm loving protective styles, loving doing. I want to do braids and I forget what you call them, crochet braids and stuff like that. I want to do that coming up soon, for especially in the summertime, so I don't have to fool with nothing. That would be great. I am about to go downstairs and fix my breakfast. I'm doing pancakes this morning. I usually do a healthy breakfast, but I want some pancakes. I haven't had pancakes, I think, in over 2 months. So I'm just going to do myself, I'm just going to treat myself. My husband's making his own eggs. He eats my eggs, says they're good, but he loves his eggs. So he's down there making him and Isaiah some eggs. So I'm making the bacon for me and Isaiah, and I'm doing my pancakes. We just, like I said, just laid around this morning, and my husband, when he gets up, and messing up my glasses, but he gets up fast. Men they get up, wash their face, put the stuff on, slap an outfit on real fast that match, brush their hair, and they out. I'm, doing everything else. But he does help me make up the bed, so that's cool. All right, I'm gonna go down and get my breakfast done, and we're going out and about today, so I'll take y'all along with us. Hey fam, so I switched out of my glasses too because I like the way these go better with my little bun. But anyway, I am doing my devotional before I go downstairs real quick, and I'm using the Bible in 52 weeks, and a dear subscriber sent me this. Y'all probably remember me telling y'all about this if you all have been with me any length of time. And it says the Bible in 52 weeks, a year-long Bible study for women, and I have been loving this devotional. And you could do it in order. I tend, for some odd reason, to skip around, and I don't always go in order. But right now I'm doing week 9. And sometimes I go depending on the way I feel. Things that I've been pondering or, thinking about, and then I'll pick a study depending on that. So week number 9 said, delay does not mean denial. So I know many of us, and many of you probably have been in that situation where you've been wanting something, you've been praying for something, and God has not seemed to bring it to fruition. But a lot of times you just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But anyway, let me read this to you real quick. Last year, as I was on a plane from Texas to North Carolina that was redirected to another destination mid-flight, we landed in South Carolina and sat in the middle of the tarmac for what seemed like hours. Many on board complained because they were missing their connecting flights. Many complained because they had been traveling all day and just wanted to get home. Eventually, I started to complain too. As we waited, the pilot continued to say, "Thank you for your patience. We will be getting you to your destination very shortly." Each time we heard that statement, it sounded like nothing but an empty promise. What we didn't know was that the pilot was avoiding flying us through a storm. We didn't know that because he'd been steering clear of the storm. We had been in the air so long that the plane needed to be refueled to complete the journey. We were doing all that complaining, not knowing that the pilot was taking the necessary measures to keep us safe. That reminds me of a story in Numbers 14, when the children of Israel were delayed access to their promised land. In this chapter, the children of Israel were instructed to get off their present course of travel, turn around, and take the long route through the wilderness, a journey that would last 40 years. God told them they couldn't go the short way because there were enemies waiting for them that they weren't prepared to fight. He made them go the long way through the wilderness. But the wilderness was purposeful. It disciplined them, trained them, and prepared them to live as promised land people. In the wilderness, the naysayers died, and a new generation of believers was birthed. It did not take 40 years for God to get the children of Israel out of Egypt. It took 40 years to get Egypt out of the children of Israel. Wow. God delayed their arrival, but he did not deny them entrance into their promised land. Many of us have questioned God and even complained because we felt like we were delayed and thrown off course. Many of us have felt like we should be further along than we are. Let me encourage you, as I encourage myself, to hang in there just a little while longer. I know things may not be going the way you want them to go, but just know you will walk into your promise. If you're like me on that plane, you might get frustrated because it feels like you're waiting around for no reason. But you have to know that while you may have been delayed, you have not been denied. So that entry there, that was so interesting to me because that used to be a saying that my husband used to say all the time: delayed but not denied. We already had, one son, and we had 2 children first before we were married, and then we had Jalen, and then we had Isaiah. And my husband adores all of the children, but he wanted another son. He wanted one more boy. And he prayed for Isaiah. He prayed for another boy, and it went a couple years. We had, Jalen, and didn't know if that last one, because I don't think I was going to try to have another child after Isaiah, if Isaiah had been another girl. But my husband had been praying for another son, and when Isaiah showed up as a boy on that ultrasound, oh my goodness, he about leapt out of his chair. But that was a wonderful moment. And his saying was always delayed but not denied. Delayed but not denied. But anyway, that also brings me to just say to you, if you've been praying for something, sometimes God withholds things. And sometimes not always withholds them, but just delays them because you may not be ready, or we may not be ready. I put myself in there too. We may not be ready. It may be that you want a certain job, and maybe if you get that certain job that makes X amount of dollars, you may not be responsible with that money, because that money might take you to another headspace. You may desire a spouse. A man might want a wife, or a woman might want a husband, but they may not be in the right mind frame to have one. Because sometimes women may say, I want a husband. I want a husband. But they don't know what it takes to have a husband, to keep a husband, or to be in relationship at that level with another person. They just might want it for the status of saying that they have a husband. Some men just want a pretty woman on their arm, a trophy wife, and they may not actually know how to treat a woman. So sometimes God lets you go through certain things, learn certain things before he gives you the blessing. And it says, points to ponder. What area of your life do you feel is being delayed, and why do you feel that way? And how have you handled the delay? The third question is, after reading Numbers 14, do you identify with Joshua and Caleb, or do you think you would have been in agreement with the 10 who came back, and why? So, of course, you have to read Numbers 14 to find, that last one out. But, yeah, just ponder sometimes, Lord, and just ask sometimes. I've done that, and it's good to do that, and that is, ask the Lord, what is it that you want me to learn at this time, so I won't keep going round and round with the same problem? Because if you keep running into the wall, keep running into different delays, or what you think is a denial, is that you haven't learned what you're supposed to learn to move to the next level or to the next stage of life. So ask God, Lord, what is it that you would have me to learn? Let me learn it, and then change my behavior moving forward so that I can move to the next phase of life and get that blessing. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I love this entry, and this is week 9. Delay does not mean denial. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope that gave you something to ponder on. If there's something in your life that you're going through, think of why. Why it could be that you're being delayed, and then ask God to let you learn what it is that He wants you to learn at this time so that you can move forward. All right, see y'all in a bit. I'll see y'all downstairs. And Isaiah's filling out college information. So I made a binder for him for college too. I made one for Jalen. I'm going to do another video on how your kids can go to college for free. But this is his college bound info and plans. And you know, he plays baseball and stuff. So I made this little design for him for his college plans, his binder. So that's his, and it just keeps us on track and, you know, on what we need to do next, steps we need to follow, all the information and stuff is just in one place. So really love binder planners for that. So I just made the bacon in the air fryer. I'm about to make my pancakes. And I just use Jiffy, and I add water, I add flavoring. Let me get my vanilla. So I have my vanilla. Put a little bit of that in there. Put a little bit of imitation almond extract. I also put a little bit of cinnamon in there, but I did it off camera. Put a little bit of ground cinnamon in there. So I probably made 3 pancakes, 3 medium-sized ones. So I just put the batter in the pan, and I'm making 3 medium ones. I usually put, and I apologize, I did the clip and realized I was not taping y'all. I use vegetable oil, and I rarely ever use vegetable oil anymore, but this is one of the things that I do like with my pancakes because it makes it crisp up really nice around the edges. I will be looking for something else. I'll try grapeseed oil, but I don't know about the taste, but I'll try it one day. But I know that, you know, this works, so I'm not trying to experiment this morning. I usually kind of splurge on either a holiday or the weekend, so that's why I'm eating these pancakes. I know this is not nowhere near healthy, y'all, but this is my breakfast this morning, and it smells so good with the vanilla, the almond, and the cinnamon. It smells delicious. So I just kind of tilt the pan so the hot oil can get around the edges. And let me see if this one is ready to flip. Almost. I'm gonna turn it around this way. So those edges could get the same amount of crispness. But I know vegetable oil ain't the best, and believe me, my subscribers do be putting stuff in the comments. So I know, y'all. I'm going to find a replacement for it for my pancakes. Okay, they are bubbling up, so it's time to flip. I guess it's almost like frying a whole cake in a little bit of oil or whatever. And if y'all haven't heard of a whole cake, it's basically skillet cornbread, as I understand. I want to learn how to make it. I hear it's really good. Never made a whole cake before. I usually prick the top of my pancakes so the butter kind of seeps down in there. Time to come out. So I like to get the butter on both sides and then I flip them back over. Hot, 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 hot. So.
Okay, so as soon as y'all get ready, I'm at a point where I can stop.
Okay.
So that's what we said about 1. Anyway, so
there you go.
I'll just slip on me some different pants and some different shoes. And you ready, bro? Okay, go paint.
Okay.
I just want that.
You just want a little piece? You're welcome.
So we're gonna start running this week. Well, you need to start running this week, but I'll probably ride that. I'll ride a bike. I ain't running.
I'm about to eat my breakfast, y'all. So I'm putting my cinnamon on. I know I put cinnamon in the batter, but it was just a little bit. But I like to also sprinkle some cinnamon on here. So they're getting their exercise routine together. I gotta get mine together. I was saying back there talking about some sure do. Oh my goodness. And I put syrup in between each layer. Come on this side and not behind the camera, I think. Y'all hear him crunching his cereal. Give it there. Of course, he does not want to be on camera, so. Ooh, and I just use regular Kroger syrup. We used to get Miss Butterworth back in the day when the kids were small and stuff. I still like it. This does fine. So I use it. Sometimes the butter flavor, but the butter flavor to me is not really a butter flavor. So I just get the original. It does fine. I am going to try to go back and try Miss Butterworth again, but it's more expensive. It's more expensive. And it's just like if the store brand name tastes fine, I'm good with that. I'm not on the brand name, more or less the taste and the price. Taste and the price. I do love also some other syrups like Alaga and stuff. I don't like that on my pancakes because it's too thick for my pancakes. But I love Alaga. We used to have that when we were little. And I think, oh goodness, it's another kind. And my brother-in-law said they used to have it all the time because he's from down south too. I think it's called Burr Rabbit. They used to have that all the time. I don't know if my parents did or not, maybe when they were down south, but I remember us, when I was little, we had Alaga. My daddy loves some Alaga, and it is so good. It's like a molasses taste. And it is so good. I love that with biscuits. Sometimes it's a little too thick too for biscuits, so I mix the Alaga with that. Because I have something over there in the cabinet. I cannot remember what it's called. It's not Alaga, but it's molasses something. Y'all, I do not say my words. They are so good. And with a cold glass of milk. Anyway, Lord, I thank you for this breakfast. Thank you for this food. And thank you for provision. Thank you for all that you do. Bless the hands that prepared it. Lord, bless us as we go forth on this day. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, y'all. How dare I take a bite without saying my grace? What? With the vanilla, and the cinnamon, the almond. So good. I love bacon with my pancakes. I like to have sausage with my biscuits. And when I have grits, I like bacon and toast. Those are generally my breakfast combinations, but I will eat sausage with pancakes sometimes. I just prefer bacon. So what did you all do? By the time you see this, of course, it's over with, but what did you all do on Martin Luther King Day? Were you all off work? Did your company observe Martin Luther King Day and had you all off naturally? Or did you all have to work on Martin Luther King Day? I'm still doing a little bit of my YouTube and Amazon and social media work, because I still have emails that I have to stay, abreast on, and brand deals and stuff like that come through, and I have to get better with checking my emails, because sometimes you can miss out on some deals and things. Look at your email. I'm bad about looking at my email, but that's one of the things I want to do better this year, is check my emails. One sponsor had contacted me, and then I hadn't seen my emails for I think a couple weeks, and so I missed out. So gotta keep up with that, but it is just a lot. It is a lot. I know a lot of people sometimes think YouTube's not really like a job, but it is, because I do other things other than vlogging. Actually is the most time consuming, because you have to edit the clips and set up the shots and do all this. You have to do it for the other videos too, but vlogging is time consuming. But I love to vlog, and people tell me they like to watch the vlogs. I love watching other people's vlogs, so that's something I love to do. So it's a lot of work. And usually my vlogs don't get as many views as my other videos, like how-to videos and cooking videos. But I absolutely love vlogs. So I'm gonna keep on doing them. I just have to find a way to do it better, so that they're not so time consuming when it comes to editing and stuff. Ooh, I know I'm gonna be feeling tired later, but not too bad, because we're going out and about. So it's not like I'll be in the house and be tempted to sit around or anything. So we're going to Walmart, we're going to the thrift store, and we're going to Kanji. I always eat the outside first, y'all. The crunchy part. About to get some more syrup, but I don't need to overload with syrup. But, oh my goodness. What do y'all put on y'all pancakes? First of all, do you all make your pancakes from scratch? Do you make it straight from the box? Or do you use the box and you add things to it? Let me know. And what syrup do y'all use? I eat the edges first, like I said. And sometimes I'll start getting full and unfortunately end up throwing away some of the middle. But I cannot eat as much as I used to eat when I was younger. It's like as you get older, you cannot eat as much. You just can't fit as much. That's so good. I may do a live one day of breakfast with somebody. I think a couple of people requested that. They want me to go live more often. And they want me to do some of the mukbangs again. Not mukbangs all the time, but they wanted to see me like eat and talk. So y'all give me some subjects y'all want me to talk about. Whether it's something from the news, a spiritual topic, or whatever it is. put that down in the comments, and I will do that. It is a little hard doing the live when you're eating, because you're trying to eat and talk and watch the camera, you know, the comments that go back, because you don't want to miss people's comments. You want to answer everybody and engage. So that's hard when you are eating. I can't remember if I did that before, a live while I was eating. For some reason, I think I did, and that's why I know it's hard. But I can only imagine as well. It's difficult doing it, just not doing anything else but just talking. So I'm going to try to do it. It's a little nerve-wracking doing lives, but I will try to do it more often. I'm starting to get full. I need a little bit more syrup. So this year, I did not do like a vision board, but more so I'm focusing on my planner. I do have a few goals that are different from last year, but not enough to like do a video on or anything. One of my goals is just to be more consistent even with YouTube, because sometimes I think I'm pretty consistent. I usually put out 2 videos at least every week. Every now and then I might miss and go a week or so, but you know, life happens. So that's that. It has been fun looking for a car and doing the car videos. Let me know if you all have enjoyed that. But I love that. And even if some of my subscribers that watch most of the time, sometimes they may not care for certain things, but there's certain videos that I make that bring in like a lot of views, because I know there's a lot of people looking up videos for certain cars. So I make that because I'm also in the market for one, but I know other people are, so I want to make sure that I do it, you know, for other people too. Because this is a lifestyle channel, and I basically do videos on a lot of things, everything almost. Not every single thing in my life. I don't bring every single thing to my life to camera, but a lot of things that I do, because I know a lot of people are also looking into those items or things or whatever. So I like to share, because I love going to look up videos on other stuff. So I like to share also. One thing is, like, people that watch me might not catch some of the other videos. So you want to make it for your audience and then other people that are looking up those videos. Oh, y'all, I feel it. I feel it. I changed my glasses too. I know y'all saw that these are different than what I put on upstairs. I like this with this hairstyle better, so I just switched them out. I'm so happy to have 2 pair of glasses. And some of y'all who have seen that video when I got my glasses, I've never gotten 2 pair of glasses at the same time before. I've had a backup pair as far as like my old glasses served as a backup pair if like something happened to my present glasses, but never 2 pair of glasses at one time and buying 2 pair and I could switch them out. I never done that. Really didn't put a whole bunch of thought into it, but I'm so glad I did. Ooh, y'all, I am not gonna be greedy and eat all these. Even though they are so good. Lord, help me. I can taste all the butter and all the flavors, like I said. Mmm. Excuse me for licking my fingers. I could not do this every day or every other day. It would put me into like a little full coma. All right, stop, girl. Stop, girl. One more. That's all. Oh my goodness. What is your favorite breakfast? Put that down below, please. Would love to know what other people love to eat for breakfast. So I usually eat a more healthy breakfast during the week. Like some of y'all know. Some things that I say sometimes may be repetitive, I know, but there are new people that come to watch the videos too, and you kind of want to catch them up a little bit on things. So if you ever hear me repeat, that's why I try to catch people up or just let them know what's going on. But yeah, I usually eat more healthy during the week. I usually intermittent fast actually during the week. I usually don't eat until about 11 or after. Unfortunately, sometimes I go a little bit too long because I'll start working and then I don't want to stop working. I go too long without eating and I should not do that. So I have to get on a better schedule with eating and just eat at a certain time, like no matter what. So, but I have to work at that. I have to work at that, especially if I'm meeting deadlines. It's sometimes just not gonna happen. So anyway, all right guys, I'll catch y'all in a minute. No, I don't like to drive. I won't say I don't like to drive, but when we're going somewhere together, I like for him to drive. Huh? No, I don't mind driving. I just like to be chauffeured around when I'm with you. Oh, I just do. I like for my man to drive. Also, I wanted to share with y'all what I have in this little haul I got from Amazon. So I got some socks. This is a 10-pack of cushion crew socks, and I wear either black or white crew socks basically almost every day. Well, when it's fall and winter time. And I had these Fruit of the Looms for the longest, and I had been saying that I was going to replace them, and these are they. And I had washed them and, you know, everything before I think I even tried them on. But I was wearing these things, and the seam, there's this hump on the side that's in all of them. All of the socks that was in the pack. And I guess it's just where the seam ends, but it's bulky. And it would kind of slide on my foot all the time. Never had a pair of socks to do that, like on the regular. So they would slide and I could feel it, and it was the most annoying thing. So anyway, on Amazon, I went to Walmart, and it was like after Christmas, and I guess they were just out because the shelf was just basically empty. So I got these black socks from Amazon. So they're Hanes, and they are 10 cushion crew socks in black, and they said that they had like the comfort seams. So I did try them on right after I opened them to make sure that they were comfortable, and they do seem like they will be fine. I don't feel that bulky feel or anything, so hopefully they will be fine. So I got 10 pair of those, and then I got these super clean, this like, it's like a sticky goop, if you will, but it cleans like your air vents and down in the crevices and cracks in your car, and you can use it for just about any place that has like little nooks and crannies. But I got this for the car because I hate when you clean it and be looking all good, but if you look close in the vents, it's still some dust, or down in the cup holder, it has some little crumbs or little lint or whatever it is, because you can't get in there real good. And just the nooks and crannies in the car, I just love everything to be clean as much as possible. And I just hate seeing little pieces of anything and hair and stuff. Oh, so anyway, got that, and 2 came in the pack. And then I got this purse hook, because when if I'm driving and somebody's in the passenger seat with me, either I'm trying to put my purse right here because I like to have easy access to my purse, and I usually put the purse in the middle on that hump, the oh goodness, I can't think of what it's called, but you know, right in between the seats. And when you stop, your purse go flying forward, or you know, it goes backwards if you're going the opposite way or whatever, and it just drives me bonkers. Or either having the person in the seat to hold my purse. So I got this purse hook, and you can hang it on the back of the passenger seat. That way, if you need to get to your purse, you just reach and grab it, and you know, use easy access. So I was very excited to get those. Mine came 2 in a pack. So I'll put the links to all of these things down there. It's not like anything fancy or nothing like that, but if by chance y'all needed some socks or this cleaning goop or purse hooks, I'll give the link right down below.